Welcome to a Level Up and Thrive with Felicia Etienne. This is the place to be for leaders, entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, professionals who are just looking to level up and thrive and live life to the fullest and achieve their max potential. We have a really good episode ahead for you. We're going to be talking about how to overcome burnout. Guys, here's the deal. We're going to amass a global pandemic where everyone is probably feeling an extended period of stress, right? There's a lot of uncertainty out there. So have no doubt that we're going to be seeing an increased amount of burnout. So here's some facts. Gallup Well-Being Index survey shared that 45% of entrepreneurs are feeling stress. 45%. That is 3 points more than other workers. As we all know, prolonged stress can lead to burnout. So on this video, we're going to do 4 things. First, we're going to define what is burnout. Then we're going to do the next step. Step 2, identify what the difference is between burnout and stress. Number 3, we're going to talk about good stress, bad stress, positive stress, negative stress. How do we use stress to help move us to achieving our goals? I'm a peak performance coach. So what I'm tasked with is helping my clients achieve their goals and perform at their highest level without burnout or stress and get towards their dreams. Then we're going to wrap it all up with what are some actionable, tangible things you can do immediately to shift away from burnout. Let's dive in. So number 1, psychology today actually defines burnout as a state of emotional, mental, and often physical exhaustion brought on by repeated stress. And here's some examples that psychology today give us around burnout. Is most often caused by maybe problems at work or in your business. And it can also appear in other areas of our life. We already acknowledge we're all going through a global pandemic, right? A lot of us are from a parenting perspective. You may be homeschooling. There's additional challenges on top of you that can be indicative of leading to burnout. Caretakers, you're taking care of an elderly parent, you're taking care of someone that is sick. That can also be indicative of leading to burnout as well, or different relationships that we may be in. So now that we know the definition of burnout and we solidify what that is, now let's talk about the difference between burnout and stress. Let's get clear on those things right now. We just dived into what is burnout, right? And we acknowledge that burnout is a prolonged, exhausted period of stress that feels as though it cannot be ameliorated, right? This is the definition that's coming from psychology today. So all that means it cannot be stopped, right? There's nothing that you could do to stop it. This is the point I highlighted it right here and I underlined it because it's so important. If stress is short-lived or tied to a specific goal, it is most likely not harmful. So if stress feels never ending, oh my God, it's not stopping, and it comes with feeling of emptiness, hopelessness, that could be indicative of burnout, right? You're starting to get very forgetful and all these things, like you just feel like you can't, too much on your shoulders, you can't deal with it, right? You just want to give up. That's indicative of burnout. So now that we have a good understanding of what burnout is, the difference between burnout and stress, let's go to the third. Number 3, which is good stress, bad stress, positive, negative stress. Let's dive right into this topic right now. Stress is no different from other things in life. They can be good and they can be bad. They can be positive and they can be negative. So let's dive into what is positive stress. So let's go over to WebMD, and get what they're defining it as. So stress can be positive and negative, already said that, depending on the situation. So positive stressors, called eustress, may include upcoming wedding, new project, goal, holidays, or pregnancy, right? So you have a new goal, you're starting a new business, you get those butterflies in your stomach, you start to feel stressed, you can't even sleep because you're so freaking excited. You want to get up, you want to start working on it, you're putting times aside. That's kind of eustress. It's helping you to get toward that ultimate goal, which is good. So then on the other side, right, if you think about this in a continuum, good stress is on one side, positive stress, and you have negative stress on the other side. So let's bring it together. Negative stress is called de-stress. And it results, as they outline here in WebMD, it's full-blown stress response. It's continuous negative stressors that can lead to lack of productivity. It can impact your health, and it can impact your overall well-being. So it's definitely something we want to reduce or try to eliminate. So now that we have that under our belt and we see the difference between eustress and de-stress, if you guys want to know more about de-stress and eustress and how to leverage positive stress to help us reach our goals, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to do a video if that's going to add value to the community. If you're still listening right now and you're watching this video, go hit the like button, put a comment in, let's start a dialogue. But let's wrap it up with what can we do to reduce our feeling of overwhelm, understanding that this is a global, everyone is feeling it, going through a pandemic with so many other things that's happening. So let's dive right into this right now. The strategies you can implement immediately that help you to reduce burnout and level up and just thrive. So before I jump in there, I just want to share a quick story about me. So I thought I was the original badass. I was in the top of my career. I was traveling across the country, doing things that I absolutely love until I found myself in a hospital bed in Dallas, Texas, 22 weeks pregnant with my family back in New York City. While I was lying in that hospital bed with the doctors just swarming around me, trying to figure out what was wrong, I was thinking to myself, Felicia, you're going to lose this baby. You're going to lose your life. How did you get here? But the truth was, I was overworked. I was exhausted. I was doing everything for everyone else and not taking care of myself. Don't want that for you. So let's talk about the things you can do right now that you can implement into your life to move you forward. So I'm going to share 4 things really quickly. Number 1, embrace the season that you're in. When I went through that experience, I had to realize that now I'm entering a season that I was not expecting. But it also meant that it's a season. It's not going to last forever. I'm the first one that would tell you that there needs to be a season for hustle. And also need to be a season where you take it easy, take a breath, slow down, do some self-care. Right now in my life, I'm about to go into a season of hustle. I'm putting together a virtual event for entrepreneurs. So it's going to take some work. I got to build out stuff. I've got to get my speakers. There's a lot of things I need to do. But I know I'm entering that season. But right after that season, it's going to be a season of rest because I know after I go hard, you have to slow down. You remember, burnout happens when there's extended period of stress without any relief. So I'm going to be leveraging eustress to give me the momentum, to give me the energy to keep going, to serve at a high level. But I also know that when that season ends, I am going to be able to take a season where I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to relax. I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to reconnect with folks. I'm going to get back to what I want to do, get back to my purpose. So that's the first thing. Understand there's a season to hustle, but also there's a season for rest. Incorporate it into your plans. Ebb and flow with it. Number 2, create boundaries. What do I mean by create boundaries? This is your life. You are empowered to live it how you choose. And I bet you went into business to be an entrepreneur because you're looking for freedom. You're looking for financial freedom. You're looking to spend more time with the folks you love. You went into a career because you love the work that you can do. So it's up to you to put the boundaries around what you are going to do and what are you not going to do. For example, if you are serving your clients, but you're picking up phone calls at 12 at night, midnight, you're teaching your clients that it's okay to call me at 12 o'clock and people will do it. If you're picking up the phone when you have no boundaries or you're taking sales calls when you're on vacation, you just put the boundary up that it's okay for you to do this on vacation. So people will level up to the boundaries you give them. I can't tell you what boundaries you need to set in your life. You know what those are. But I can encourage you to set them now and share them with the people you love. Share them with people around. You are the CEO of your life. Level up to that CEO level and set some boundaries. Number 3, earlier in my career, I had to learn this one the hard way. Schedule it out. Schedule it out. Plan. Plan what you're going to be doing each day. Structure, you've heard this, structure creates freedom. And it also reduces fatigue on our brains. Our brains don't need to overthink about what we need to do next. Take the time, slow down to speed up. Put some time on your calendar and plan out the different initiative, the large projects you're having. That's going to need an extra energy from you. Projects that could potentially stress you out. Think about what those are and then plan how are you going to get it done and mitigate your stress along the way as you do this. Because the funny thing and the fact is, we're human beings. Anxiety is going to bubble up anytime you don't know what you need to do next. Anxiety is going to bubble up. But when you have a plan and you already thought about it and you've mitigated on what some of the things are, you can just go back to that plan and say, okay, this is what I said I'm going to do. So my next action, it just needs to take a little step. Just do it for 5 minutes. I guarantee you momentum will come. Number 4, have a not to do list. Hey, this is a simple one, but for the longest, I did not have this. Everything you do with your life and everything I do with my life, I look at what is the purpose? What is the why that I'm ultimately going towards? And then what's going to be aligned with it? I already planned ahead, so I know what it is. And what's not working, capture it. If it's not something you need to do, put it on your not to do list, right? Start moving things off your list. And if you are a true entrepreneur, you'll be ready thinking of who can I delegate this to? If your most powerful time is when you're connecting with your clients or you're building programs or you're out there presenting or you're helping a client on a sales call or you're a professional and your most valuable time is when you're coaching your new hire or you're investing in that person, then that's where you need to spend your time. And then you need to effectively delegate to someone who can lean in. And if you can't effectively delegate it or it's something that doesn't need to be delegated, then put it to the side. Remove it from your list. So these are 4 things that I want to share. The list can go on and on and on. I got a lot of things in my toolbox here, but I want to just give you these to start with. And if you're watching this video right now, I want you to go ahead, hit the like button, share it with your friends, share it with your community. Let's help everyone level up and reduce burnout and stress. And put some information in the comments. Let's have a dialogue. I would love to hear which one resonates with you, what kind of videos you would like to see for me to dive into. I'm happy to do so. Thank you and continue to level up and thrive in everything you do.